Hey everyone and welcome back to PrepFusion. So today we will be studying general aptitude. The topic will be syllogism. So syllogism is a very interesting topic and it is a very fun topic to study, but sometimes students get confused what will be exactly the answer of the syllogism, whatever statements they have given. So today we will clear all the confusions. So please give me your 1 hour at least with full attention, and this topic will never be your weak point in the GATE examination or in any other examination where syllogism has been asked. Okay, so first of all, what is syllogism? It is a branch of logical reasoning, where syllogism is a form of logical reasoning where a conclusion is drawn from two given or assumed premises. There can be more premises. Premises means statements. So someone will say I said to you, you are a boy. Okay, and your friend said to you, you are a girl. Okay, so those are just statements. Just remember, nothing is logical here. Whatever statements I say, it is not logical. Don't think you say I already know your gender because I can see you are a boy or a girl, but still I'm saying I think you are a boy. So don't assume that those statements are logical. They are not logical at all. Okay, they can be illogical. Anything like this pen is white in color. Okay, this pen is white in color. I can say this, and you have to assume this. All these statements, whatever is being said until and unless specified, are always true. Whatever the statements, these are the two statements that will be told to you, 2 or 3, anything, it can depends. Okay, generally 2 statements they give. So whatever statements they tell you, this will be always true no matter what. Okay, unless and until specified. So these are the few things. Now you are given 2 statements, just like here, all humans are mortal, Socrates is human. Okay, so it is telling humans are mortal. Is it something logical? No, right? Humans, they will die someday. They are not mortal. Sorry. It is logical here. It is telling they are mortal, which is correct. But I could have said here statement like this. Let's assume that I could have said all humans are immortal. Okay, and I will change this to Socrates is immortal. It won't change anything. Whatever the statement is being said, right? Whatever the statement is being said, it doesn't matter if it's like a logical statement or illogical statement. I don't care about that. Just it's a statement. Whether now these 2 are statements, right? Now whether these 2 statements, they have told me. Now what things can I conclude from these 2 statements? So they will tell you that in the question itself, they will tell you I have a conclusion that therefore according to these 2 statements only, you have only information of these 2 statements. Anything else, you don't have any information. Nothing else. Only these 2 statements. Therefore, Socrates is immortal. So, if all humans are immortal, that means next you have to, in syllogism, you have to understand a bit of Venn diagram, right? Bit of Venn diagram, so that you will be able to visualize what statements they are given. Because what you in syllogism, what you need to do, you have to convert statements into pictorial representation for better visibility and better understanding. We will understand this, don't worry. Representation slowly. So they are telling me all humans are immortal. So let's take a set. Okay, this set is a circle. Unfortunately, this circle sometimes doesn't work. So this is a set of humans. So just assume it as a number. You can assume humans as a number as well. Human is a set containing of number 1 to 3. So all 1 to 3 will be contained inside immortal set. So immortal will obviously be larger. Okay, this is my immortal set, where inside immortal I have humans, and all humans must be immortal. So all humans here are inside immortal circle. So they are already immortal. All humans are immortal. Now they are telling me Socrates is human. Socrates is it can be a person. Socrates is human. So Socrates is human means it has to stay inside the human circle, right? As it is a human. Okay, this circle sometimes doesn't work. Socrates is a human. So Socrates has to be inside human. Now if Socrates is inside human, obviously it has to be inside immortal as well, because Socrates is a human and all humans are immortal. That means Socrates is also immortal. So the relationship was given between human and immortal. Okay, this relationship was given, and other relationship was given that my Socrates is a human. So if Socrates is a human and all humans are immortal, that means my Socrates will also be immortal. So conclusion, Socrates is immortal. This is a Socrates, therefore this is a what do you say? true statement. Okay, this is a correct statement, logically correct statement. Whatever true statements they have given me, according to that, the conclusion is true. Okay, we'll come to the definitions of true and the variations also. Don't worry about that. So this is what my syllogism is. Syllogism is a pictorial representation of relationship between variables. What are the pictorial representation? This block diagram. And relationships are this, right? All. So these are Socrates is, these are my relationship. Okay, relationship. And pictorial representation means this is the pictorial representation. And immortal means what? Sorry, not immortal, sorry. Variables are what? Variables are this, right? This humans, immortal. Okay, so these variables are humans and immortal. So that is the case here. So variables here are humans and immortal, because I need to relate the variables with a diagram so that I can pictorially represent them. Okay, so yeah, that is the main thing that you need to understand here. Okay, so your these, for example, these were variables here. Here Socrates is also a variable and human is also a variable. Okay, so these are the things that you need to take care. So your variables can be anything. Variables can be alphabet. It doesn't have to be something like human or some object, right? It can be anything. Variables can be alphabet, it can be numbers, it can be words. Okay, it doesn't have to have any meaning. It doesn't have to have any meaning, because this Socrates is human. This is a meaningful sentence, but sometimes meaningful sentences won't be given. Let's say apple is a human. Apple is just a fruit. How it can be human? But it is still a statement given in the syllogism question. So you have to work according to that. Okay, just hold on to that. Yeah, sorry for the interruption. I had some call. So as I was explaining that your relationships can be all, some, or no, some not. So whenever these type of statements come, like they are explaining the relationship between two variables. All x is y, some x is y, no x is y, some not. Some x is not y. Okay, some not. So these type of variables, like these type of statements, like words, are known as relationships. Now let's do a basic example, basic question, and I wanted to prove to you that you don't need all this much knowledge. This much knowledge is good, so that you will be able to solve the questions faster and your solutions will be correct, like the methods that I will tell you after this slides. But it's okay, even if you don't know anything, if you go blindly in the examination, then also you can solve the question. Okay, but if you have some idea, it will only help you, it will only aid you. So let's read this GATE 2013 chemical question. So all professors are researchers. All professors are researchers. Some scientists are professors. So here all means what? All means it's showing relationship between professor and researchers. So these are my variables. These are my variables, and all means the relation between those two variables. So let me draw a pictorial diagram here. All professors are researchers. That means every professor should be a researcher. That means my professor, if my professor is inside this diagram, then my researcher is inside this diagram. Okay, so all professors are researchers. This diagram exactly explains this thing only. Now some scientists are professors. Some scientists are professors. So that means some scientists are professors. So it can be something like this. The diagram can be something like this, because some scientists are professors, so they will have some common region, right? They will have some common region. About this I am confirmed. But do I have any relationship between researchers and scientists? They haven't told me anything, so I don't know anything. Okay, don't know about this. Okay, don't know. This can be true or cannot be true. I am not sure here. So what relationship they have given me between professor and researcher, and between scientist and professor. So there is no exact relationship between scientist and researcher. No exact relationship. So let's read the statements. What are they asking? Which of the given conclusions is logically valid and is inferred from the above statements? So which of the given statement is correct? Which of the given conclusions is correct basically according to the above statements? All scientists are researchers. All scientists are researchers. I don't even know. Is it, like I can't say because I don't have any exact relationship between scientists and researchers. All professors are scientists. No, they have told me some scientists are professor. All can be true. All professors can be scientists. It can be true. But again, some if they would have told, instead of this all, some if they are told, I would have told yes, some are correct. But all I am not sure. Not sure. This is also not sure because I don't have any information. Not sure. Not sure. Okay. So not sure. Not sure. Now, some researchers are scientists. Some researchers are scientists. Is this correct? Because I know all professors are researchers. And I know some scientists are professors. So this common part, right, will also lie in this researcher part. That much I know. That much information I have because I am confirmed about this situation. So this common part has to lie in researchers as well. So some researchers are scientists. This is a correct statement. Definitely true. This is definitely true because it has to be true because I know some scientists are professors and all professors are researchers. So this has to be true. No conclusion follows. Obviously, this conclusion follows, right? So this is wrong. Okay. So without the knowledge of syllabus, you can still solve questions. Okay. I am taking more time because I'm explaining here, but it won't take you much time. So that is what I try to explain here, right? Because about this part I can't say. Okay, this is the portion that I cannot comment about. Yeah, sorry, my device got automatically locked. So as I was explaining, this portion I can totally cannot comment about, but this portion I can totally comment about. Okay, that is the most important point that I wanted to explain. So obviously now let's come to the problem solving approach. How will you solve the problem? First of all, you have to read the statements. Read the statements, make the pictorial representation, then check the conclusions on the basis of the statements, whether it follows the whether the conclusion follows the statements or not. Okay, that's the important point that we have to do. This is the step basically. So there are in syllabus, right, there can be two cases. I will explain the cases. There can be a real scenario or case, or there can be imaginary case or scenario. Now, what do I mean by this? So let's take an example. Let's say like a person in front of you, your friend tells you there are 10 cars parked below our house visible from the window. Okay, so from the window he is telling that I can see there are 10 cars parked. There are 10 cars parked below our house visible from the window. Okay, so he is surely saying that there are 10 cars from our house, right? This is a real scenario. So this is like you have to assume that he is telling the truth. Consider he is telling the truth. Okay, consider he is telling truth. Always you have to consider he is telling truth. Now what does it say? This says, like, if I ask how, like the conclusion is how many cars are parked? 10 cars, right? As he can say confirmly, he can say confirm that there are 10 cars that can park below visible from the window. Now there are 10 cars parked below our house visible from the window, but in the statement 2 they tell me that there is statement 1, statement 2 they tell me, but there is no window in the house. There is no window in the house. Okay, so if there is no window in the house, how can he say that there are 10 cars? It is just a imaginary case, right? It is just a imaginary case because it is not a real case. How it can be real case? Because I know there is no window, there is no access for that person to see the road, but still he is saying there are 10 cars parked. Okay, so basically it can be true, it cannot be true. It can be true, it cannot be true, because he's just either doing guessing work, or what would have happened from ground floor, he would have come up and then said, okay. So all those things could have happened. So this is a imaginary statement and real statement. So I will come to this imaginary real statement just in the next few slides. Don't worry about this. For now, just try to get a brief idea what we will do. So basically, we will break down our syllabus into two scenarios. One is real scenario and imaginary scenario. What do I mean by this? Once we do one example, I will explain you. And your conclusion can be of two types. One will be definite conclusion, and the one will be possible conclusions. So this also I will come to again. Don't worry. But for now, I'm just giving you just a brief that your definite conclusion can be anything. It can be definitely true. It can be definitely false. It can be can't say. What do I mean by all this? I will come to this. Don't worry. Okay. And your possible conclusion has to be always definitely true or definitely false. I will come back to this. Nature of conclusions. So your conclusions can be positive or negative. Either if there is some no, not, all these things, right? Then it will be no or not. Then this all will be negative conclusions. Okay. Now, properties of conclusions based on statements. So whenever the statements will you will read the conclusions, there can be three things. Either the conclusion can be definitely true, that it follows the statement. Either the conclusion can be definitely false, that it does not follow the statement. And like confirm, like I cannot here, right? All the scenarios, like there will be two types of scenario, real and imaginary. So all the scenarios here, all the scenarios will follow. Here, at least one scenario or like all the scenario will not follow. All the scenario, like it will follow, the definitely true will be follow. And here, all the scenarios will not follow. Can't say, like some will follow, some will not follow. Okay. Here I should written can't say means some will follow, some will not follow. So this some does not follow. Some does not follow. Some follows. Here all scenarios follow. All scenarios does not follow. And some scenarios follows the statement. Okay, so okay, this actually went there. So what I will do, this is this one, can color this separately. Some will follow and some will not follow. Don't worry, I'll come to all the examples just now. Okay, so like let's come to this later on. Let's do a example first, then I will come to all this. Okay, so draw the pictorial representation of real and imaginary situation for the following statement. All men are boys. Okay, so this is just a statement. We have to draw the pictorial representation. So again, here my variables are what? Variables are this. Men and boys are variable, and relationship is all. This is the relation. Okay. So what you can do is all men are boys. So now all men are boys. So men will be somewhere here. Okay. This is my men. And boys will be somewhere here. Now the first case that you draw, right, is the real case. All the imaginary case will be the edge cases. Edge cases. So this is a real case which we generally draw, right? Which is the most probable case. Real scenario. Okay. Now what is the imaginary scenario here? So the imaginary scenario will be something like this. That I'll copy this here. Imaginary scenario will be the edge cases. Imaginary scenario. What are the edge cases? They tell me all men are boys. So there can be one edge case where my men, all men and boys are almost, this circle almost covers, right, each other. Okay. Okay. This doesn't follow the Sadly, this actually doesn't follow the circle. It's difficult to make a circle over here. Yeah, just draw one thing. These two circles are almost equal. So all men are boys. So is this picture correct? Is this picture correct according to the given statement? This picture is also correct, right? This is the edge case. So all men are boys. So basically, what is happening? I am increasing the surface area of this man, right? And this circle cannot ever go outside boys, because all men are boys. That much I am sure. All men are boys. But all, what can happen? This exceeding the surface area, this can totally touch the circle, right? Here, what it means? All boys are also men. In this particular imaginary scenario, all boys are also men. Okay. But this is the imaginary scenario. This is not the scenario that we suddenly think of. So these are the generally edge cases. Now you might think, sir, I am having difficulty understanding this. How will I understand using set theory? So I will say, let's say boys is a set. Okay, B is a set of numbers 1, 2. Okay, and men is a set. I can say this differently: 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and men is a set of 1, 2. Okay, so obviously whatever element will be there in the men set, right, that has to be included in B, because all men are boys. So whatever is inside men, that should be also boys. Is this a possible scenario? 1, 6. Is this a possible scenario? No. 6 is not inside B. So again, one of the elements of men is not boy, which is not possible. In the statement they have given me, all men are boy. So I have to assume it as truth, and this is not possible. Okay. Now, let's come to another thing. Let's come to this. Men can also be 1, 2, 3, 4. So here also all the sets of M are same as B. So this is the imaginary scenario. This is the edge case, because it can happen that, yeah, all boys are also men. That can also happen, but it's just edge case, right? Edge case. But can this happen? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can this happen? No. Again, the circle will go outside, right? The circle of men will go outside the boys, which is not possible. So I can say all. This is not a correct scenario. So imaginary scenario is the edge cases, which we generally don't think of. So this is the general case. The real scenario is a general case, which generally comes to in our mind first when we first think about the situation, and the imaginary scenarios are the edge cases. I hope you understand. Okay, I hope you get the point. Now let's solve few questions from this. Let's solve this first question. All men are boys. Same statement. Determine which of the following conclusions logically follows and can be inferred directly from the arguments above. All men are boys. All boys are men. Now, is this correct? Is this statement correct? You will say definitely wrong, definitely false. No, right? They have told me all men are boys, but actually the answer will be can't say here. Why can't say? Because you have to take both scenarios. You have to take both scenarios, right? I will copy this and paste this. With the help of diagram, we will understand why it will be can't say. Okay. So here I can observe that yes, all boys are men. This statement, according to this scenario, according to this picture, this statement is wrong. False. Okay. It is false. Now, according to this statement, is it true? Yeah, all boys in this statement, right? All boys are men, and this is a possible case, right? So all boys are men. According to this statement, it is true. So yeah, it can be possible, right? There is a possibility. So I can't say. So whenever you get false from one of the scenarios and true from other scenarios, right? You are not getting all true or all false, then you cannot confirmly say what will be the will this statement be correct or not. So you will say can't say, because I don't have enough information. So that's why you will say can't say. You have false from few, true from all. Okay. So now we will come back to our explanation part. So that's why now, is this a positive conclusion or negative conclusion? As here, right, there is no no word here, no negative word. So this will be a positive conclusion. The type of the conclusion will be positive. Okay. So I hope you are slowly understanding. Positive. Okay, this is wrong. Okay, I hope you are slowly understanding the things. Now, next is like negative conclusion, there will be no. I will explain when there will be negative conclusion. Now these are all definite conclusions. All boys are men. So he is telling me something definite. What are possible conclusions? Here, like definite will be are, is, okay, like this. Here it can be, maybe. So the conclusion itself is the conclude, like who is concluding, who is giving the statement, that person is also not sure. So he is giving it in terms of possibilities. So in case of possibilities, right, there will be only definitely true and definitely false. How will that be the case? I will explain you when we will come to that example. Don't worry. But understand, for definite conclusions, like as you don't have all the information, it can be either definitely true, where all the pictures will be true according to the conclusion, or it will be definitely false, where all the pictures will be false according to the conclusion, according to the pictures. Okay, and can't say means few pictures are true, few pictures are false. Then you cannot comment, so you will say I can't say. Okay, so these are all definite conclusions, and can be, maybe, these are all possible conclusions. I will come to possible later on. Now I hope you understand these three things. And definitely follows means the conclusion must logically follow the statement. Definitely does not follow. The conclusion cannot follow the statement. That means here what will happen, that like in this whole syllabus, right, I will write this in shorts dt, I will write this in short df, and I will write this like cannot be inferred is can't say. Okay, so when definitely true, right, all statements will be true, all pictures will be true, whatever pictures will draw, whatever cases will draw, that will be true. Again here all will be false, and this logically follows and logically does not follow. These are same things only. These are talking the same things only. Okay, this is logically follows. Logically follows means the statement that is given is definitely true. Now logically does not follow. This is a very, very interesting thing. Logically does not follow. Logically does not follow. It doesn't means that it will be definitely false. That statement will be definitely false. Here, this statement, it sometimes feels like it is logically it is not following, right? Here in this scenario, it is logically not following the particular statement. Here, right? All boys are men. This is not following. This picture is not following the statement. So this does not follow logically. But here it follows, right? So if it follows somewhere not, so I cannot guarantee say that what will be this. So whenever there is logically does not follow, the statement is not following logically, but I cannot confirmly say like if all are wrong. So I can say that here, right, the statement will be can't say, just in the example one I have explained you. Don't worry, no need to remember all this. We'll just solve the questions and that's it. With the questions you will understand. Just I have to explain in a systematic manner. That's why I'm telling you all this. Now, can be inferred means implied. Whatever the statement is saying, it can be inferred. So there can be many things which can be inferred, right? Like it can be can't say. It can be definitely true. It can be definitely false. Okay, because here it can say that all men are boys is definitely false. The statement conclusion can be like that also. Okay. So whatever we infer from the statement, so this statement, all boys are men. From this conclusion, what can we infer? I can't say. Why? Because this statement can be true, can be false, or can be because can be true, can be false. So it can be can't say, right? So that's why here in can be inferred, there has to be definitely true, definitely false, or can't say. Now don't worry about all this. We can ignore this for now. We'll come to the examples, and from there all the concept knowledge will be built. Okay, so let's come to the second statement. Same statement they have given, just second conclusion. Some boys are men. So again, this is again a positive statement. Pause the video, and according to this pictorial representation, just tell me which of the statements will be does it follow my pictures or it does not follow my pictures. Some boys are men. So here also, yeah, some boys are men, right? It is following, so it is true. And here, yes, here all boys are men. So yeah, some boys are men also. So this is also true. So both are true. So this has to be definitely true, right? And anyways, you could have understood, as all men are boys, so there has to be some common point between men and boys. So definitely some boys will be men. Some boys will be men. That's definitely true, right? So from there also you can understand, from the pictorial representation also you can understand, both are telling me true picture. Here again this common portion is the some boys portion. So some boys are men, correct? Here also all boys are men, so some boys will be obviously men. So this statement, this conclusion is again definitely true. Now let's come to the next one. All men are boys. Determine again, all men are boys. This statement is same. Some men are boys. Now again I will come and paste the picture. Pause the video, try to go yourself. Some men are boys. So here again, yeah, all men are boys. So this is again correct. And here also some men are boys, all men are boys here. So both are telling me definitely true. This is also true. This is also true. So again, this conclusion will be again definitely true. Okay, definitely true. So we'll solve few questions from there, you will understand. And again, this is a positive conclusion. Okay. Next, all men are boys. All men are boys means again this statement. Let's read this statement. Some boys are not men. Now here comes the bit of twist. So pause the video and try for yourself which picture does follow or does not follow. So here some boys are not men. So this particular, in the picture one, this particular portion is the portion where some boys are not men. Okay, so this particular portion where I am saying that men is here, but all these boys are not men, right? But in the imaginary scenario, so according to this picture, it is true. But according to this picture, all the boys are men, right? All the boys are men. There is no portion which is lying outside the circle of men. Okay, which is not a portion of men, right? So this is telling me false because there is no uncommon portion. All the portion is common. So from this statement, what can I deduce? I can say this is false. This is true. So according, like regarding the conclusion, what can I say? It is can't say. I can't say this can be true because it is a possible scenario here, but here not possible. Here it is not possible, right? So I cannot comment about this. So I will say I cannot comment about this conclusion. I can't say. Okay. Again, now what is this not? So this is a negative conclusion. So here this is a negative conclusion. So just giving you the difference between negative and positive conclusion. Okay. Now let's come to the fifth conclusion. No boys are men. No boys are men. Pause the video and try to do it by yourself. No boys are men. So here some boy has to be men, right? Because this statement is not following. Because if no boy is men, then my men has to be lying totally outside the circle, right? It cannot lie inside the circle because no boy, it should have no common region between men and boys. But it is not possible. Men has to lie inside because in the statement they tell me all men are boys, and that is the truth. So it has to lie inside boys. So according to this, the conclusion is false. According to this picture, the conclusion is again false. No boys are men, but all boys are here men, right? So the conclusion here again is false. So I can definitely say the conclusion is false. I can definitely say conclusion is false. Why? Because it is not following any of the pictures. So I can definitely say it is not possible. Not possible. So it is definitely false. Again, this is a negative conclusion, right? Negative conclusion. Now let's come to the sixth conclusion. Some men are not boys. So again, you see the picture and tell me which will follow this conclusion. Some men are not boys. Here, some men are not boys. No, here all men are boys, right? Men is included in the boys. It is not possible. So this according to the conclusion, this picture is like according to the picture, this conclusion is false. According to this picture, again it is saying some men are not boys. Some men are not boys. Again, this is false, right? This is false. So again, this is false. So if this is false, again both are false. If both are false, then I can definitely say that it will be definitely false statement. It will be definitely false statement. Again, this is a negative statement. Not boys, negative statement. Okay, so like all men are boys, right? Some men are not boys. It is not possible because in the statement itself that will be all men are boys. So it is not possible. Like when will this happen? When will this happen? Some men are not boys. When something like this is dot. So when will this conclusion follow? When the picture Okay, this is my men and this is my boys. So out of this, I can definitely say this some men are not boys. Right? This is not a part of boys, but this is not a possible picture because all men has to be inside the boys circle, right? This is not a possible picture. So I will come right here. Not a possible picture. Okay, so that is the point one. Now let's do this. Let's read this. All men are boys. All men are boys. Determine which of the following conclusions logically follows and can be inferred. Again, no men are boys. No men are boys. Is this possible? Again, I will paste the picture, real case and imaginary case. No men are boys. Here, all men are boys, right? So men is inside boys. So again, this is false. This is telling me that the conclusion is false, this picture, and this is again telling me that the conclusion picture is wrong. No men are boys. When is this possible? Again, when something like this. So this statement is definitely false. When the picture would have been something like this. How would have been the picture? The picture would have been something like this. This is my men. And this is my boys. So this is my men and this is my boys. When there is no link between these two, then I can definitely say this conclusion is following the statement. But this picture is not a possible picture, right? Not a possible picture. Again, this is not a okay. This is not a possible picture. So that's about this thing. So now we'll come to the next type of conclusions, which are possible conclusions. So these are definite conclusions because here they're saying something definite, right? They're saying something definite. No men are boys. Ekdam definite statement hai ye. Then some men are boys. So definitely they're saying something definite. Okay. But in possible conclusions, what can be possible conclusions? Statement 1. There are 10 cars parked below our house visible from the window. Okay. There can be 10 cars parked below our house. So this is like a possible, but like in the statement itself, they have already told me something definite. They've already told me there are 10 cars parked. Okay. And I'm assuming that room has a window. So there are 10 cars parked below our house. But conclusion is telling there can be, whenever there is can be, maybe, all these things are always like definite. Not definite, sorry, possible conclusions. Can be, maybe. Okay. I will say to that person, like other person is telling me there can be 10 cars parked in below our house. I will say, are you mad? My friend already has told me there are 10 cars parked below our house, and he always tells the truth and he can't tell it wrong. So he has already told it. Why are you saying this? Why? There is not a possible, not a chance of possibility, because it is sure. I am confirmed. So this is a real scenario, right? Real scenario. This is a real scenario, real case that he has already told me. That person A has already told me that there are 10 cars parked below my house. How can you comment? Person B is commenting there can be 10 cars parked. I will say marunga tere ko. Okay, I will beat you. Are you joking with me? That person has already told me there are 10 cars parked below my house. How can you say there can be possibility? It is already true. So this will be definitely false, because it has already been proven that there are 10 cars parked. There can be no. There are already 10 cars parked below my house. No, there can be. There are already. Okay. Now, where it can be of use. Let's say person A commented, today the weather is rainy. Today the weather is rainy. Person B commented, tomorrow the weather can be rainy. Tomorrow the weather can be rainy. Tomorrow the weather can be anything. It can be windy. It can be sunny. It can be cloudy. It can be rainy. Okay. It can be anything. So it is a possible case. Like it is, the person A hasn't commented anything about tomorrow. Person A has only commented about today. So tomorrow can be anything. So this is a possible case. Possible case. Okay. So here you will say it is definitely true. Why you will say it is definitely true? Because it can be, right? It can be possible. Yeah, tomorrow can be rainy. Yeah, you're correct. It can be possible. It cannot be rainy as well. Okay. Here there is no can't say. Remember, whenever there is a possible conclusion, there is no can't say, because it is one of the possibilities. It is one of the possibilities. It is one of the possible cases. So it can be definitely true, right? As it is one of the possible cases, because it can be rainy, it can be sunny, it can be cloudy, anything. And this is also true, right? It can be. They are not saying it must be. It can be. There is a difference between must be and can be. That's why I cannot come and can't say. I will say, yeah, it can be. Yeah, definitely. You're definitely true. It can be. But here, why I told here definitely false. So your possible conclusions can either be definitely true or definitely false. Don't worry. We will go through the examples. There you will understand. Why have I told this as definitely false? Because it has already been proven that there are 10 cars parked. So you cannot comment and say to my face that there can be 10 cars parked. I'm saying, are you joking, man? Are you joking? I already know there are 10 cars parked below my house. Okay? Like, what type of statement is this? I already know. So you're definitely false. You're definitely false. There can be no. There is definitely 10 cars parked below. So that's why it is definitely false. And why is this definitely true? Because it is a possibility. Tomorrow can be rainy, sunny, anything. Yeah, you are telling correct. Yeah, definitely. Tomorrow can be rainy. Okay. So that's why this is definitely true or definitely false. So whenever there is a possible case, right, it can be definitely true or definitely false. You cannot say can't say, because possible case, it is a possible case. It is not a definite case. So it is definite. It has to be either definitely true or definitely false. Okay. I hope you understand this particular logic. So don't worry. We'll do these few examples. Everything will get clear. Let's do this. All men can be boys. Again, this is a, whenever there is can, there is a possible conclusion, right? Possible conclusion. Okay. All men can be boys. Now, again, can, this is a positive. Again, this is a positive conclusion because there is no there is no not here. So this is a possible conclusion. So not possible. Sorry, positive conclusion. Okay. These two things are done. So now I will again paste the picture. Okay. So remember, if it is following the real scenario, then it will be definitely false. So whenever it is following a real scenario, then it will be definitely false, because it has already been proven. That person has already told that there are 10 cars. How can you say it can be? It is not a possibility. It has already happened. So that's why real scenario, if whenever real scenario comes in possible conclusions, it will be definitely false. It will be definitely false. Okay. Now, let's come to here. All boys can be men. All boys can be men. So here, this is false. Okay, this is not all boys can be. This is not telling me this is a possibility, but here it is true. Right? Here it is true. So it is a possibility, right? And it is not following. It is not following the real case. Like, it is not following the real case. All men are boys. It is not not following the real scenario. It is following the imaginary scenario where all boys can be men. It is possible. It is a possible case that all boys can be men. Okay, it is a possible conclusion. So it is definitely true. It can be a possibility, right? All boys can be men. This is the imaginary case, right? Okay, so that you have to understand, and we'll do a few more examples. Let's do this example. Some boys can be men. Some boys can be men. Now this is very important. Please listen to me very carefully here. Some boys can be men. Here, according to this conclusion, I can say this is true, right? Here also this is true. Imagine some boys are men. But this, is it giving any new information to me? Some boys can be men. I already know this because all boys are men. All men are boys. If all men are boys, some boys has to be men. This has already been confirmed. This relationship has already been confirmed. This is the information that I know. If you're not providing me any new information, I already know about this information that some boys has to be men because all men are boys. So this will be definitely false. Because I already know about this particular conclusion. Okay. With the statement itself. You're not telling me anything new. So this is definitely false. Okay. So this possibility is definitely false. This is not a possible case. Why this is not a possible case? Because this is a confirmed case. Some boy has to be men. Else it is not possible for all men to be boys. So it is not a possible case. It is a confirmed case. That's why it will be definitely false. Okay. So again, this is a possible conclusion because there is a can here. And again, as it is a can be, this will be a positive conclusion. Okay. This is a confirmed case. I already know about this information. That's why it will be definitely false. Now let's come to the 10th conclusion. Some men can be boys. Some men can be boys. All men are boys. What are you telling me? All men are boys. How like you are telling me, okay, I am telling you, person A is telling me, so all men are boys. Person B is, yes, some men can be boys. I'm telling, maar khayega kya? Like, person A has already told me, all men are boys. What are you telling me? Some men are boys. All men are boys. Okay, so obviously it will be definitely false. Because all men, like some men are boys, this is again a like real scenario. That's why we cancel it theoretically. But logically think, na, already the person A has told you all men are boys, and person B is telling you some men can be boys. मैं बोलूँगा मारूंगा तेरे को, क्या बोल रहा है? All men are already boys. So yeah, this will be definitely false, because like this statement is false, right? I already know about this particular thing, that all men are boys, right? Not some men are boys. Okay. Now, all men can be boys. All men can be boys. So this is again what type of statement is this? Possible conclusion. And again, this will be wrong. This will be definitely wrong, because person A is telling all men can be boys. Okay, person A is telling all men are boys. Person A is telling some definite, and person B is telling all men can be boys. I will again marunga tere ko. Person A has already told me all men are boys. What are you telling? All men can be boys. Person A has already told me that. So why are you wasting my time? So again, it is a definitely false statement. It is not a possibility. It has already happened. It is a real scenario. It has already happened. Okay, it is not a possibility. So now let's move to the next possible conclusion. No boys can't be men. What does this mean? So first of all, this is a negative conclusion. So first time we're seeing a negative conclusion, right? Negative conclusion, negative possible conclusion, because there is a can't. Okay, it is not saying no boys are men. It is not saying that. It is saying can't be men. What does this statement mean actually in English? What does this statement mean? No boys can't be men, because that means no group of boys should be included in men. In English, that this means no element, or I shall say no element of boys should be, can be included in men. Okay, this is what it means in English. So first of all, we have to understand the English. Okay, now let's see the pictures. It is saying no boys can't be men. Okay, here some boys are men, right? Here some boys are men. Some boys are men, because like it is not following the conclusion. So this is a false according to this picture, because some boys has to be men, right? Here also some boys are men. It is not following the conclusion. Not following the conclusion, right? So this is a definitely false conclusion. Why is this definitely false conclusion? Because some boys has to be men. It is not possible that no boys can't be men. I can definitely say you are definitely wrong, because all men are boys. So there has to be some portion of boys inside men. Has to be some portion of boys. So you cannot say that no element of boys can be included in men. You cannot say this. You cannot say this, because I know for sure some portion of boys will be inside men. Okay. So that is the thing. So now if I move on to the next particular conclusion. Some boys can't be men. Some. Here what it has taught, no boys can't be men. But here it's saying some boys can't be men. Some. Okay. Here it's saying some. Some portion is very important. Some boys can't be men. So here, right? I can say that it is definitely true. It is definitely true. Because why? Because some boys can't be men. Because here I am observing that some boy, like this is the scenario where some boys are not men. Okay. But here it is telling me that all boys are men. But there is a possible scenario, right? Where few boys will not be men. There is a possible scenario. There is a possibility of that. This can also be possible. Okay. Where I am disagreeing with this particular picture. Okay. But there will be a case where few boys will not be men. There will be a possible case. Correct. So this will be definitely true. And here it has told me a new information. Why? This will not be definitely false. Why this will not be definitely false? Because you might have a doubt that this is following the real scenario. Correct. But this is telling me some new information. I know the information between men and boys, but I don't know the information between boys and men, right? I don't know the information between boys and men. So that person is telling me something new here. Person A told me all men are boys. All men are boys. Person B is telling me then according to this, some men can't be boys. According to this, that is a possibility. Okay, but can I share it surely? Can I share it surely? No, right? Because here it is not following. Right? His statement is not following. But this is not a real case. Okay, don't get confused. This is not a real case. Why? Because he is telling me some new information. He's not telling me that all information, that some boys, person B is telling me some men can be boys. Are you mad? So all men are boys. You're not telling me anything new. But some boys can't be men. So if I'm going from boy to men, I don't have any exact relationship, right? I know from men to boy, I know the exact relationship, but from boy to men, I don't know the exact relationship. That's why this will be definitely true, because he's telling me some new information, and this is a possibility. This is a possibility, and this is a possible conclusion. So possible conclusion will always be either definitely true or definitely false. There is a possibility. There is a possibility, right? So I hope you understand that this point. So I'm going from boys to men and not from men to boys. So it's a very, very important conclusion. Okay. Now let's move on to the next conclusion. Some men can't be boys. Some men can't be boys. So like, what will be the conclusion here? So here I can say, again I will paste the picture. Some men can't be boys. Some men can't be boys. So if some men are not boys, some men are not boys, some men can't be boys. So is this a scenario? There's not even a possible scenario, because all men will be boys. All men will be boys. This is what I'm confirm about, right? If I'm moving from men to boys, all men has to be boys. I know this because all they have told me all. So this is not a possibility. This is definitely false. Definitely false. This is not a possibility, right? Not a possibility. Okay. Now let's move on to the next conclusion. No men can't be boys. It is telling me no men can't be boys. That is, no element of men. Again, the same thing I will explain the English here. No element of men will be included in boys. Again, it is not possible, because I know all element of men will be included in boys, because that is what is being told in the statement. That is what they are telling in the statement. So all element of men will be included in boys, right? So this is definitely false. This is not a possibility. This is definitely false. This is not even a possibility. This thing is definitely false. Okay. Now let's read the next. Let's go to the next pictorial representation. So now my statement has changed. Now the statement from all men are boys, it has been changed to some. So this is the relation that has been changed. The variables are same. Some men are boys. Okay. So I know the relationship between men and boys, right? Some men are boys. So what will be the real scenario in this case? So the real scenario, again I will draw the real scenario. Real scenario will be something like this. Okay. So here I have men and here I have boys. Okay. So some men are boys. So there has to, like, what can I say confirm? I can say this region, the common region is confirmed. Common region confirmed. So this is a real case. This is a general case that we think about, right? Whenever we say they have some common region, I think of this case. Now, what is the imaginary scenario? What is the imaginary scenario? So the imaginary scenario is something like this, that again I will draw the three figures and you tell me which one is a possible in which one is a possible scenario or not, or like which one is not possible. Okay, so I hope you have understood that which are possible cases and which are not. Here actually all three are possible, because I only know the information about some men, two boys. So there has to be at least, what can I say confirm, there has to be a common region between men and boys. That is confirmed, right? That is confirmed. So there has some men are boys. I cannot comment about other men. Other men can also be, actually this will be flipped here. This boys will be outside and men will be inside. Okay, so this color will be white here and this color will be pink. So I cannot comment here. I will say I cannot comment regarding other men. Okay, I cannot comment regarding other men. Okay, so that is the first thing. So first you have to understand is that this thing that some men can be boys, some boys can be men, all men can be boys. These are all imaginary edge cases, right? These are all edge cases where this is my imagination. I'm discussing about other men. Okay, I don't know about this information. So this was the general case and this was the edge case. So all three cases are possible here. So out of this, we'll understand which one follows here actually. So we'll copy this and see the conclusions. I hope you understand that I know there has to be a common region between men and boys. So there is always a common region between men and boys between all these four pictures. So these four pictures will always follow this statement. Okay. So now let's start with the first conclusion. All boys are men. So this is like here, right? I cannot comment about all boys, right? I don't know about this uncommon region. So this is according to this picture, the statement is wrong. All boys are men. According to the picture, this statement is actually correct, right? And this picture is also correct, but this picture is wrong because here I don't know about the other boys. The other boys are not men here. So this statement is can't say. I cannot comment. I cannot directly comment what will be the. Okay. I cannot directly comment what will be the like conclusion based on the statement, right? So let's do the second conclusion. Some boys are men. Some men are boys. Some boys are men. Like intuitively also you can understand this will always follow. Why this will always follow? This will be definitely true. Why? Because there has to be always some common region between boys and men. This statement is saying there has to be some common region between men and boys. There is a common region here, so this picture is falling. There is a common region here. Yes, there is a common region here. There is a common region here. All like this is the common region. This is the common region. This is the common region. All these are common region. So this will be definitely true. This will be definitely true because all the pictures are following the conclusion. Let's come to the third conclusion. Some men are boys. So this is just the opposite and this is just the statement, right? Whatever statement they have written, that is what they're telling. Okay. So they're telling some men are boys. So yeah, I can definitely say that some men will be boys because again there is some common region. Here also there is some common region. Here common. So again all the pictures are following. So it will be definitely true. Okay. So before coming to this, right, some boys are not men. I wanted to solve another, like just hold on, duplicate this page and I wanted to solve another statement known as all boys are men. Can you tell me what will be the case here? All boys are men. Is it possible here, right? It is definitely not possible, right? According to this picture, it is definitely not possible. Not all boys. I am talking about all men are boys. So here is it possible? Here all men are boys? No, it is definitely not possible. Here it is possible, right? It is possible. All men are boys here because all men are boys. This picture is possible. According to this also, this picture is possible. Again, I cannot comment. I can't say. Okay, have I covered this already? I have covered all boys are men. I haven't covered all men are boys, so I covered this one as well. So I cannot comment about the other men's, right? Some men are boys, but I cannot comment about all men's. I hope you understand this information. Now do this. Some boys are not men. So let me again paste the picture. Okay. The eye is cutting out from everything. I'm sorry. Okay, we have to be professional here. So everything should be professional. This eye should not get cut. Yeah. So copy this. I will. So there is a real scenario and an imaginary scenario. So some boys are not men. What does it tell? That there has to be uncommon region always. Uncommon region, right? Uncommon region between boys and men. Boys should have an uncommon region. Okay, here there is a region which is not common with men. Here is there a region which is not common with men? All of the region is common with men. So this is not following. This is following. This is again not following because all of the region is common with men. Again, this is also following because some of the region, this region is not common with men. So this is following. So again, I don't have any conclusive evidence. So I will say can't say because few pictures are following, few pictures are not following. I can't say. Let's come to this. Some men are boys, no boys are men. No boys are men. It is telling me that there should not be any common region between men and boys. No common region, absolutely. So picture, like what is the picture according to this? This means this, boy and men. There is absolutely no common region between boys and men. So if there is no common region between boys and men, I can say that this is again not following. This picture is not following because there is some common region between men and boys. There is some common region here. There is some common region here. There is some common region. There will always be some common region because the statement itself is telling some men are boys. There is always a common region. So this will be definitely false because none of the pictures are following the conclusion. Okay, let's come to this. Some men are not boys. So let's come to this. Some men are not boys. So yeah, this is again, there will be few pictures which will follow this. Here, some men, there is a uncommon region between men, right? Men needs to have a uncommon region between boys. Okay, uncommon. This region is the uncommon region. So it is following this picture. The conclusion is following this picture. Again, this picture is also following the conclusion. This picture is not because all of the common region is like all of the region of men is for boys, right? So this is not following and this is also not following. Again, I cannot conclusively say anything. So I will say here, can't say. Okay, let's read it here. No men are boys. No men are boys. So if I just paste the picture, no men are boys. So if no men are boys, what does it mean basically? That means none of the none of the man should have any boys. Again, this will be wrong, definitely wrong because there has to be some common region between men and boys. So again, this will be definitely false. There has to be some common region between men and boys. No men and boys. It's not a possible. It's not a correct statement. Okay, correct conclusion. So now we will come to the possible cases. So possible cases, please listen to me very carefully here. All boys can be men. All boys can be men. Is it a possible case? There is a scenario where all my boys can be men. There is a scenario, right? So it is a possible case. So it is not a real case, obviously. I'm thinking out of the box. So it is definitely true because it is definitely possible. You are giving me some new information. It is definitely true. It is definitely possible. Okay. Now come to the next statement. Some boys can be men. Some boys can be men. Is this possible? Some boys can be. Yes, this is possible. Right? This is like there has to be like it is saying there has to be some common region between the boys and men. But doesn't it, like I already know this, I know this, like the statement has told me that there has to be some common region between men and boys. And like person A is telling me some men are boys, person B is telling me some boys can be men. मैं बोलूंगा मारूंगा तेरे को. Already he has told me that some men are boys. It has been already told. It has been already been established that some men are boys. That means some boys are also men, right? There's a common region. So event already established. So it has been already established. So you are not telling me anything new. So this is definitely false because this has already been happened. Definitely false because this is the real scenario. This event has already been happened. I already know there has to be some common region. This is always true. This is not a possibility. This is always true. This is a definite thing, right? So definitely false. Some men are boys and some men can be boys. Now let's do this. Some men can be boys. Again, it's just the opposite, other way around, right? Some boys can be men, some men can be boys. Same reason. Event has already happened. Okay. Event has already happened. Okay, this has already been done. I already know this. So you're definitely telling me wrong. because you're not giving me any new information. I already know this. So this will be definitely false. Some men are boys, all men can be boys. Now here you are giving me something new. All men can be boys. So here, this is a possible case and this is also a possible case. So these are possible. So this is definitely true. Yeah, it is. You're telling me something new. Yeah, some men can be boys. Yeah, you're definitely true. Some men can be boys. You're definitely true. Okay. Now let's come to this. So sorry. This is not definitely false. This is definitely true. You're definitely true, right? Okay. So let's come to this. No boys can't be men. No boys can't be men. Is there any scenario where no boys can be men? Okay. Is there any scenario? There is not a possible chance, because there has to be some common region. It is telling me there is no common region. There is no common region. There is no common region between men and boys. So there is no common region between men and boys. So but it is not possible, because statement has told me there has to be some common region between men and boys. So this will be definitely false. This will be definitely false. Let's come here. Some boys can't be men. So some of the boys can't be men. Again, this again is a possibility. This again is a possibility. Why? Because yeah, some men are boys, but there, like it is telling me, there is some uncommon region of boys with men, right? Is there? Here there is, right? This is the uncommon region. This is the uncommon region. So there is some possibility. There is a possibility here. You're telling me something new information. You're telling me the relationship between boys and men, not men and boys. Okay. So this is definitely true. Okay. This is a possible case which is definitely true. Let's do this. Some men can't be boys. Again, this is again a possibility. Okay. This is again a possibility. Why? Because here also I'm saying there has to be some uncommon region of men, right? This is the uncommon region. This is the uncommon region. So there has to be uncommon region. Again, this is a possible conclusion. So this is definitely true. This is a possible conclusion. This is definitely true. Okay. So that's why possible conclusions will always be definitely true. No men can't be boys. No man can't be boys. That means none of the elements in the man should be included in boys. Is it possible? No. Because I know there is some common element between man and boys. There is some common region. So this statement is definitely false. This is not This is not a possible case. This is definitely false. Okay. So I hope you understood all these points. Now what I wanted to try out is you do the same for no men or boys. Draw the picture. Okay. Draw the pictures and do the same for men and boys. Draw the diagrams and do the same for men and boys. So you do this and draw the diagrams. Okay. Try to answer in the comments. Go down in the comments now, right now, and try to answer all the questions. I solve. Either it will be definitely true, definitely false, or can't say. Okay. CS, DF or DT. Answer 6-1 is this. 6-2 is this. 6-3 is this. Like this. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and that's it. Okay. So I will go to the next case as well. For now, just go in the comments below and try to solve it by yourself. Okay. Try to do it by yourself. Then I will solve. Okay. I will not solve right now. Just draw the picture. Draw the picture. Try to solve by yourself. What kind of picture you are able to draw. Then solve. Or what you can do. I will draw the picture here. And like now you have assumed, guess. Now you see how am I drawing the picture. After seeing the picture, after seeing the diagram, then you tell the answers. Okay. So what will be the diagram here? What will be the pictorial representation? So I will copy and paste this. So here, right, pictorial representation will be something interesting. So this I will log first. So it is telling me that there is no men or boys. So what it is telling me that no common region. There is no common region at all. I'm sure there is no common region. Common region. So if there is no common region, that means what? That means in the real scenario, the diagram will be something like this. This is my boys. Okay, not able to draw this diagram. Okay, this is men, this is boys. what I can do is there is no common region, right? So there will be not be any common region. I will like assert that with a cross sign. Okay, and will there be any imaginary case? Will there be any imaginary case? There is no common region, so I cannot comment about this region. I cannot comment anything. Okay, what do I know? There is no common region. This much I know. There is no common region. I cannot comment about this. I can comment about this. Okay, so there is no imaginary case here. No imaginary case. What imaginary case you will do? Try to think what imaginary case you will do. I don't know what boy can be girl. That is another variable, right? That is a new variable. I don't know. But this much I know. This much I know that there is no common region between men and boys. This information is known. So this is a very, very important information. So this is a important information. Many people think that we don't have any information. We have information. What information we have? There is no common region between men and boys. That is the information. Now pause the video and try to solve all those questions. So let's solve the first case. So in the first case, they're telling me all boys are men. This is definitely false, right? Because there is no common region. How can all boys be men if no boys are men, right? Because there is no common region between men and boys. So this is definitely false. As it is not following this picture, things have become so much simpler now. I just have to check one picture. So as it is not following the picture, it will be definitely false. Next, let's come to this. Okay, just hold on. I will have to copy this particular thing. Okay. Yeah. So here, paste it here, and this will be logged. This will be copied. Okay. So what about this conclusion? Some boys are men. No boys are men, like no men are boys, right? There is no common region. It is telling me there is some common region. Again, it is definitely false. It is not following the picture, right? So it will be definitely false. Some men are boys. Again, the same thing, right? There is no common region. There is no common region, right? So again, it will be definitely false. Let's come to the fourth one. Some boys are not men. Some boys are not men. This is definitely true. Why? Because it is satisfying this particular picture. So here, all boys are not men, but it is telling me some boys are not men. But it is satisfying the picture, right? So it is definitely true. Some boys are not men. Yes, all boys are not men. That is other matter. But I know, like, it is telling me some boys are not men. Yes, it is definitely true. It is not a possible case. It is a definite case. That's why I will not say definitely false. I will say definitely true, because although no new information has been given, but this is a definite case study, right? This is not a possible case study. Okay, possible scenario. No boys are men. So it's just repeating the same thing only, like no men are boys, no boys are men. It is definitely true. The picture is actually agreeing with the conclusion, so it will be definitely true. Okay, now some men are not boys. Just the opposite, right? Some boys are men, some men are not boys. Again, it is following the picture. The real case. Again, it is following the real picture, right? It is following the real picture. So it is again definitely true, because although no new information has been given, but this is not the possible conclusion case. This is the definite conclusion. So definitely it is concluding something. Some men are not boys. Yes, you're correct. You're definitely true. Okay, these are not negative statements. Some men are, no men are boys. Okay, this is just copying the statement. Although it is not telling me something new, but it is telling me a definite conclusion. So again, it is copying the main statement. So it will be obviously follow the image. So this will be again definitely true. Okay, now let's come to the possible conclusions. Okay, all boys can be men. Is there a possibility of that? No, there is never a possibility, because there is no imaginary scenario. There is never a possibility. So it will be definitely false. All boys can never ever be men. Some boys can be men. Again, this is also a not possible case, because no boys are men, right? No boys are men. Some men, it is not possible. Again, it will be definitely false. Okay, now some men can be boys. Again, no men can be boys, right? There is absolutely no common region between men and boys. Again, it will be definitely false. These are all possible cases, so either it can be definitely false or definitely true. All men can be boys. All men can be boys. No men are boys. How can all men can be boys? This is definitely false. Okay. No boys can't be men. That is no common region of boys is inside men. Now you might say, sir, this is the real scenario. Okay. But in the real scenario, I had information from men to boys. Okay, but I didn't have any information from boys to men. So no boys can't be men. That is, it is telling no elements of B can be inside M. This was telling no elements of M are B. Okay, so it is telling me something new, and which is actually agreeing with the diagram. So something new has been told. Something new. Something new. Which agrees with the diagram. So this will be definitely something new, and this agrees. So it will be definitely true. Okay, this will be definitely true because person B is telling me something new. Some boys can't be men. Okay, so here no boys can't be men. Some boys can't be men. So okay, this statement again. Some boys, actually no boys can't be men, right? So this state, like according to this particular statement, it can have a scenario where this is the possible scenario, right? Where some boys can't be men. But actually no, I know this for sure, no boys can't be men. So here no boys can't be men, this diagram was agreeing, right? But here this diagram is disagreeing. Okay, this diagram is not agreeing with this, right? And you are like, it is not a, like this was a new information, that's why I told you that's definitely true. This will be definitely false. Why this will be definitely false? Because I already know no boys can be men. There is no intersection, right? So some boys can't be men. No boys can't be men. No boys can't be men. Okay, so I already know this thing, so this will be definitely false. Okay, because no boys can't be men. Okay, let's come to this. So some men can't be boys. Again, it is not giving me any new information because I already know no men are boys. No men are boys, so I already know this. So it will be definitely false because they have already given me the information. No men are boys. I already know about this. No men can't be boys. Nothing new, right? Okay. This was some men can't, like I don't know, no men can be boys. And this also, again, it is not telling me nothing new because they have already told me no men are boys. So you're telling me no men, no elements of M can be included in B. That this information has already been told by person A. You're telling me the same thing, repeating the same thing. So that's why this will be definitely false because event has already been occurred. So this will be definitely false. This has already been occurred. I already know about this information. Now let's solve it for this case. Okay, here let's draw the pictorial representation. Pause the video and try to draw the pictorial representation for some men are not boys. Again, I will draw few scenarios. Some men are not boys. So if some men are not boys, I can comment about this particular region. What region? Just hold on. I can comment about this particular region because I know that there is some uncommon part of man that is not boy. So this is confirmed. This region is confirmed, right? I'm sure about this region. This is the information that the statement gives. Okay. Now come to this portion. So if I have this, let's say some men are not boys. So I will copy each of this and I will draw 3 pictures and tell me which of the pictures are possible and which are not possible. Just reduce the size. Okay, and when both of them are equal actually. Okay, so men equals to boys. Now which of them are possible? So which of the cases are possible? Is this case possible? This case is not possible because they have expressly told me some men are not boys. So I need to have an uncommon region, right? So this case is not possible. Is this case possible? Some men are not boys. This is the uncommon region. So this case is actually possible. This is the imaginary scenario that is possible. Again here, is this scenario possible? This scenario is again not possible. This scenario is again not possible. Why? Because there has to be some part of man that is not uncommon, right? Again, there can be another extreme case. What extreme case? What is the other extreme case? The other extreme case is this, where I have man and I have boys. Okay, so there will be some uncommon region between man and boys. That's it. That's the physical like extreme case. There is no common region at all. It is saying some men are not boys. I'm telling all men are not boys. No common region. So it is the extreme case. So this is a possible diagram. So these two are not possible because there has to have some, at least some uncommon region of man that is not inside B, that is not common with B. Okay, so that's why these two will be the scenarios. Three will be the pictures actually, and others will not be the pictures. Okay, so I can say, if I just copy this, now let's come to this question. So I will again highly recommend you, I will show all the questions. Now I have drawn the diagram as well. So according to the diagram, please try to solve the questions. Okay, according to the diagram, please solve the questions. This is the first one, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, 8, 9. Okay, this one is the 8, right? Yes, this is the 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, that's it. That's all. So let's solve few cases. So let's solve it for the okay, first case. Let's solve it for the first case. So I'll just have to quickly copy this thing. Okay, all boys are men. All boys are men. Is this a possible case? No, right? All boys are not men. This is not agreeing with the conclusion. All boys are men. This picture is agreeing with the conclusion. Here no boys are men. This is not agreeing with the conclusion. So few are agreeing, few are not agreeing. So I don't have a definite answer. So I will say can't say. Here, some men are boys. Some men are not boys. Okay, some boys are men. Some boys are men. So I will again paste the picture. Some boys are men. So yeah, there is, like it is saying, there has to be some common region between boys and men. So there is a common region here. So it is agreeing. This picture is agreeing. There is a common region between men and boys. This picture is agreeing, but this picture is not agreeing. So again, I can't say. So it's very important to identify the edge case, because many students will miss this edge case. So you have to understand this is following your imaginary case. So again, I cannot comment. Can't say. What about this? Some men are boys. It is just repeating the not repeating actually. This is a bit different. Some men are boys. Yeah, there is a common region here. There is a common region here. Some men are boys, but there is again a uncommon region here, right? So again, I can't say. I cannot comment, right? This is following. This is following, but this is not following. So again, I cannot comment. I can't say. Okay. So let's come to this. Some men are not boys. Some men are not boys. All men are boys. Is it possible? No, right? It is definitely sorry, whereas all men are boys, it is definitely false. How? Why? Because here all men are boys. It is not falling here. It is not falling here. It is not falling here. Why? Because there has to be, like in the statement itself, there has to be some uncommon region that is not included in boys. It is inbuilt in the question, right? So here, if they are telling me that like all the region of men will be inside boys, it is not possible. This is the uncommon region. There has to be some uncommon region. There has to be some uncommon region. All the men cannot go inside boys. Okay, rejected in the pictorial representation. So obviously, this is definitely false. All the pictures are telling that statement is conclusion is definitely false. Let's read this. Some boys are not men. Some boys are not men. So if some boys are not men, what does it mean? So here, some boys are not men. There has to be some uncommon region always. But here it is not agreeing, right? Again, all boys are men here. So here it is not agreeing. Here it is agreeing. Here it is agreeing. So I can say all boys are men. Some boys are not men. Okay. So obviously, this will be. Can't say again. Why can't say? Because again, I cannot comment. I cannot comment. Okay. So some men are not boys. Some men are not boys. Determine which of the following conclusions logically follows. Just hold on. Determine which of the following conclusions logically follows and can be inferred directly from the arguments above. Okay. Some men are not boys. So no boys are men. No boys are men. So no boys are men. I will just copy and paste. Here now it is telling me no element of boys should be included in men, but there is some common region. Okay, here also there is some common region. Here it is following. Here no boys are men, this is following, but this is not following this particular picture, not this picture. So it will be definitely, not definitely, sorry, can't say, because few times it is following, few times it is not following. Here some men are not boys. Some men are not boys. So if some men are not boys, what does it mean? Some men are not boys. So it will be this particular thing that some men are not boys. It is just repeating the statement, right? So there has to be some uncommon part of men. So it is definitely true. Although this is like giving me no information, new information, but this is a definite statement. So as it is a definite statement, it will always follow the diagrams as the statement and the conclusion is same. So it is definitely true. What about this? No men are boys. No men are boys. So like only this is following, right? Here there has some common region between men and boys. There has some common region. So it is not following this, but only this is following. So I cannot comment. Can't say. All boys can be men. Now can, there is a can here. There is a can. Is there any possibility of this particular scenario? All boys can be men. Is there any possibility? All boys can be men. Okay. Yeah. All boys can be men. Yeah, there is a possibility. There is a possibility that all boys can be men. All men cannot be. All men can be boys. That also I will come to. Okay. So, but there is a possibility that all boys can be men. Okay. So there is a possibility of this here, because men has some uncommon region, but I can comment about all boys. So this is not possible. This is we will not consider a real case anyways. This is anyways not following the conclusion, but one of the diagram is following. So I can say definitely true. All boys can be men. Definitely, all boys definitely can be men. Okay. Now let's do this. Some boys can be men. Now this is again definitely true. There has to be some common region between men and boys. There has to be, like there is some. So this is again correct, right? This is following this diagram, not following this though, following one of the diagrams. So it will be definitely true. Yeah, there can be some boys which are men. Okay, then some men can be boys. Some men can be boys. So if there are some men can be boys, that means what? This also is definitely true, right? So here, yeah, there is a possibility that some men are boys. This is again definitely true. It is following this diagram, not following this diagram. So it will be definitely true. Okay, then let's come to this. Some men are not boys. Some men are not boys. All men can be boys. All men can be boys. Okay, all men can be boys. So is this a possible case? All men can be boys. Is this a possible case? This is definitely not a possible case, because there will always be some uncommon region between men and boys. This is definitely not a possible case. So none of the pictures will follow. So this will be definitely false. Okay, let's come to this. No boys can't be men. No boys can't be men. That is, none of the elements of boys should be included in men. It is following this picture, right? So it is not following this, but this picture. So obviously this is definitely true. There is a possible case. This is a possible scenario. Some boys can't be men. Some boys can't be men. This again, it is telling me some new information, because this is talking about boys, which is again correct, right? So here I have some boys which are not men. So again, it is a possible case. So it will be definitely true. Okay, it will be definitely true. Let's go to this one. Some men can't be boys. Again, this is not telling me something new. No new information is telling. No new information. Whatever the statement has told me, that it is telling, right? No new information. So if it is not giving me any new information, and I already know from the statement that yeah, some men will not be boys, that I already know. So this will be definitely false, because this event has already been occurred. I already know the situation. This is a real scenario. This is a real scenario. Event has already been occurred. Okay. No men can't be boys. No men can't be boys. Now this is a new scenario, right? This scenario I haven't talked about. This is this scenario. So it is a possible case. No men can be boys. This is a possible case. So this will be definitely true, as this is a possible case. So these were the few answers basically. So I hope you understood. I hope up until now you are doing rapid fire, right? We have solved so like these are so many questions. These are all the cases that can act max come. So now we'll do few questions, and in question you will see you will have 3 variables instead of 2. Trust me, there will not be any issue. Just you need to get the basics cleared. Okay, that is the most important part. Get the basics cleared. That's it. So in front of you, I will solve all the GATE PYQs. Okay, and you will see it will be cake work for you. Let's read this first question. GATE 2014. All women are entrepreneurs. So all women are entrepreneurs. So all elements of W will be inside entrepreneurs. Some women are doctors. So some women are doctors. I know about this. Some women will be doctors. Okay. So do we need to draw the imaginary case? You can draw the imaginary case. The imaginary case can be something like this. The H case, right? But all the time you don't need to draw the imaginary case. Imaginary case should be in your head, in your imagination. So this can be one of the... So I need to change the color actually of this particular thing. This can be the H case, right? D. Okay. So even though there is no common region between entrepreneur and doctor, but there has to be some common region between entrepreneur and doctor. And if there is some common region between entrepreneur and doctor, right? Between doctor and woman, there has to have common region between entrepreneur and doctor as well, because all women are doctor. So indirectly, I got the relationship between the doctor and entrepreneur. So this region is fixed. This is confirmed. Okay. So this is the imaginary case. Now let's read. Once you read the options, you will automatically be able to reject. Just what you have to do, you have to apply the rejection law. Reject the options. All women are doctors. All women are doctors. Is it true? I can't say, right? All women are doctors. How can I say? Yeah, it is a possible. All women can lie inside. It is a possibility, but I cannot surely say. So I will say can't say here. Can't say. All doctors are entrepreneurs. All doctors are entrepreneurs. Again, I cannot comment, right? It is a possibility. All doctor will lie inside this entrepreneur. It is a possibility, but again, I cannot comment anything surely. Can't say. All entrepreneurs are women. Yeah, is this possible? All entrepreneurs will be women. Again, it is a possibility. It is a possibility, but again, I cannot confirm surely. If there was this statement, some entrepreneurs, some women, then I would have taken it more seriously. But here it is saying all entrepreneurs are women. Not possible, right? Not. Some entrepreneurs are doctor. Some entrepreneurs are doctor. It is true. It is definitely true. Why is this definitely true? Because I know all women are entrepreneurs and I know some women are doctors. Some women are doctors. So there is a common region between women and doctor. And I know women will lie inside entrepreneur. So there has to be a common region between woman, doctor and entrepreneur. So this is the common region basically. So that is why what you understand. So I hope you understand this point. So this is the case that I wanted to discuss here. Okay. So yeah. So option D will be correct. It was that simple. There were 3 variables, but was it that difficult? No, there was not that much of a difficult. Whatever you do, you have to simply reject each options. You have to go by the elimination. You have to touch by the elimination, right? You have to simply reject. Why can't say? You can draw the Venn diagrams, and from there you can understand why am I saying can't say and why I am saying definitely true. We have done enough practice now. Let's do this. Given below are 2 statements by 2 conclusions. Assuming these statements to be true, decide which one logically follows. This came in GATE 2014. No manager is a leader. So there is a manager. Okay. And there is a leader. And I am saying that there is no common region between manager and leader. I know this is for sure, right? This is for sure. There is no common region between manager and leader. I know this. All leaders are executives. All leaders will be executives. So executives can be something like this. Okay. It won't let me draw the circle. This is executive, right? So it this executive can be lying here as well, can be lying here as well. It can lie anywhere, can lie here as well, but it has to include all of the leaders. That much is sure. Okay. Let's read the conclusions. No manager is an executive. No manager is an executive. Can I say it surely? No manager is an executive. Can I say it surely? No, right? There can be a common region between manager and executive because I don't have the exact relationship between manager and executive. So I cannot say. Can't say. This can't say. because there can be and there cannot be. So there are two cases where it is definitely whether the picture actually follows the statement and whether the and in the next picture it doesn't follow. So this common region can be present, cannot be present. So I can't say. No executive is a manager. No executive is a manager. Again I can't comment, right? No executive, it's telling me no element of executive should lie in manager. There can be a common region, right? There can be a common region, there cannot be common region. I cannot say conclusively. So both are can't say. So if both are can't say, only conclusion 1 follows. No, it does not follow. I cannot comment on conclusion 1. Only conclusion 2 follows. I cannot comment on conclusion 2. Neither conclusion 1 nor conclusion 2 follows. Yes, this is correct. Why? Because both of the conclusion I cannot comment surely. So they don't follow together. So let's move on to the next question. So if I move on to the next question, let's read this question. All film stars are playback singers. So I have a film stars and I know all film stars will be playback singers. So if I have a block like this, so it will be just like a one line, like one page question only, one page solution only. It will not be big solution. Okay. Okay. This will not let me draw actually. Somehow this will not let me draw. That's unfortunate. What is happening? Why is it not letting me draw the circle? Okay, to use something else. Okay. So my film stars will be something like this. This is my film stars, right? All film stars has to be inside playback singles. All film stars are playback singles, and I have to increase the size actually. So this much you have to do, like this size and all. First you read the whole statement, then only you draw the diagram. That will be easier. They are all film stars are playback singers. So playback singers, like all film stars will be included in playback singers. Now let's read the next statement. All film directors are film stars. So all film directors will be film stars. So my film directors will lie inside here, right? Inside this block. Okay. So my film directors will lie somewhere around here. These are my film directors. So this is the pictorial diagram. There can be other diagrams as well. Okay. But like I think this has only one case, because all film stars has to be included inside the film stars, and all film directors has to be included inside the film stars. Sorry, all film stars has to be included inside the playback singers, and all film directors has to be included inside the film stars. What can be the edge case? Edge case will be when all three are equal. All three are equal. So that is the imaginary case, right? When all of three are equal. So the case will be something like this. If I just copy and paste this, I will reduce the size of this. Okay. And this, right, the thickness should actually be lower. And I will increase the size of this. And I will increase the size of this as well. Can just increase the size of this, yeah. Okay. So when all three are equal, that will be the imaginary case. Okay, everything is equal to each other. Now, all film directors are playback singers. All film directors are playback singers. All film directors are playback singers. There is a possibility. All film directors are playback singers. There is a possibility, right? This is telling me that all film directors will be playback singers. Yes, it is not a possibility. It is definitely true, because as all film directors are film stars and all film stars are playback singers, that means all film directors will be playback singers. All film directors will be playback singers. So this is definitely true. Definitely true. Okay. Why? Because all film stars are playback singers. So this relationship I know. Then next relationship is this. All film directors are film stars. Next, I know that all then what can I comment? I can comment this will definitely be true. All film directors will be playback singers. This will be definitely true, because this will always lie inside this particular circle, and this circle will always lie inside playback singers. So this will be in the edge case as well. This is always getting true. So this will be definitely true. What about the second statement? All film directors are film stars. This statement. Some film stars are film directors. Some film stars are film directors. Some film stars are film directors. This means there has to be some common region. This is the statement, right? Definitely true. And here it is telling me there has to be some common region between film stars and film directors. There will always be a common region between film stars and film directors. There will always be, because all film directors are film stars. This satisfies the condition for common region. So this will be also definitely true. So both are true. So definitely both conclusions 1 and 2 follow. So option D will be correct. So I understand there are 3 variables, but 3 variables are not that difficult. Okay, if you understand 2 variables, 3 variables, you will be able to derive. You don't need to draw all this. Okay, just like few things you draw and just try to understand what is happening. That's it. That's the only thing that you need to understand. Okay, next, this question is interesting. Here they have told us 3 facts. Humans are mammals. Some humans are engineers. Engineers build houses. But they haven't told me how many humans are mammals or how many engineers build houses. So you have to assume. Whenever nothing is mentioned, you will assume all. If they are not mentioned anything, I will assume all. Okay. So all humans are mammals. So all humans will be mammals. Again, meaning of the statement, I will not go into that. I am just concerned in the logical reasoning portion. So this is my mammals, right? Now, what is next? They're telling me some humans are engineers. So there is a common region between engineers and humans. So if there is a common region between engineers and humans, can I say there has to be a common region between engineers and mammals as well? Why? Because all humans are mammals. So all of the mammals are all of the humans are mammals. So whatever this common region has to come with the mammals as well. So few engineers will be mammals. Okay, that is also a possible case. Okay, now engineers build houses. So this is HU. This is HU. Now all engineers build houses, right? All engineers build houses. All engineers build houses. So how will the diagram be? All engineers build houses. So diagram will be something like this. Okay. So if all engineers build houses, that means what? That means basically like, okay, all engineers build houses. All engineers build houses. Okay. So whatever engineers I have, all of them will be included in this houses block. Why? Because all engineers build houses. All engineers. So all engineers are included in houses Venn diagram, circle diagram. Okay. So I hope you understand this portion. Okay. So there has to be some common region between houses, humans and mammals. There has to be some. All mammals, let's read the facts. All mammals build houses. Is this true? I can't say. Few mammals can. There has to be some common region that I can confirmly say. There has to be some common region, but all I cannot, because like what could be the edge case? All of them are equal. That could be the edge case, right? I cannot surely say. Can't say, because the edge case will be all are equal. So that is for satisfying, but this is not satisfying, right? All no, it is not satisfying, but edge case is satisfying. Engineers are mammals. Nothing is mentioned, so this means all basically. This means all engineers are mammals. Again, can't say. I cannot say surely that all engineers will be mammals. Okay, there is a possibility, but all engineers, the edge case is satisfying, but this is not satisfying. Correct? This is not satisfying. Some humans are not engineers. Some humans are not engineers. So if some humans are not engineers, so some humans are not engineers. Again, this is also not satisfying. Why is it not? Just hold on. Some humans are not engineers. Some humans are engineers. Okay. Some humans are engineers. Okay. Some humans are not engineers. Humans are mammals. Some humans are engineers. Some humans are not engineers. Okay. Some humans are not engineers. Okay. Because they have told me some humans are engineers, right? Some humans are engineers. So some humans are engineers, but here they're telling me some humans are not engineers. So there has to be a uncommon region between engineers and humans. So this is the case, and there is another case actually, which is the edge case, where okay, we cannot do. Some humans are engineers. They have told me some humans are engineers. The edge case can be. I will tell you the edge case. Like what will happen? All are equal, right? So basically all. Okay, just hold on. Here what will happen? When all four are equal. So if all 4 are equal, that means what? That means that everything will be same. All engineers will be human, all mammals will be human, all mammals will be engineers, all mammals will be house. Okay. But they have explicitly told me that some humans are engineers, not all. So best, which can be best logically inferred, that they have talked about some, not some are not. So if some are humans, some may not be humans as well. Although I cannot specifically say here about the conclusion, but this, right, this is concept, but this is the best suitable option which I can say, which actually follows. Because why this follows? Because they have told me some humans are engineers, some are not engineers. So this is the best suitable answer they have given me, but I think according to me this should be MTA. Yeah, I was just thinking about this question. Actually, right, I think according to me the answer should be MTA, because it should be MTA. Why? Because I was just thinking that here as well, you cannot conclusively say that some humans are not engineers. You cannot say this is definitely true. This also will be can't say. Why? Because if all of them are equal, right, then that's the edge case, that's the imaginary case, which satisfies all this, right? Humans are mammals, some humans are engineers, engineers build houses. So it should be MTA, because I cannot comment about this as well, according to me. So, but according to them, this option was best suitable because all these were anyways rejected. So they used this option. But according to me, it should be MTA. So that is one information I want to give. Let's do next question. So let's solve this question. So we have this question. At least let's read all the statements. At least, let's read this. This is the statements that they have given, right? Some tables are cells. So I have some tables, okay, which are cells. Okay, fine. Then some cells are chairs. Some cells are chairs. All chairs are benches. All chairs has to be benches, correct? So if all chairs has to be benches, and I know some chairs are cells, so some cells will be benches as well. So there will be a relationship between the cells and bench. Okay, this is the hidden relationship that I am able to identify. But there is no relationship between this table and bench. No relationship between that. I know, as this is something certain, so that's why I can relate these two, but there is no relationship between table and bench. That's too far away. Which of the following conclusions can be deducted from the preceding sentences? At least one bench is table. I cannot say. It can be possible, like they can have a common region, but they cannot have a common region as well. So again, I will say I can't say. At least one shelf is a bench. At least one shelf is a bench. So one shelf is a bench. If one shelf is a bench, is this correct? Yeah, it is true. It is definitely true. Because why? Because some chairs are shelf, that I know. So at least one chair will be shelf, and I know all chairs are bench. And inside chair, it is a bench, right? If it's chair, it is automatically bench. So some bench will be shelf. Yes, at least one has to be bench. That is confirmed, right? Some bench has to be shelf, or some shelf has to be bench. 100%. At least one chair is table. Again, there is no direct relationship between these two, so I can't say. All benches are chairs. No, all chairs are benches, but what about they can have some uncommon region, they can have all common region, that is edge case. Again, I cannot say. Can't say. So only option 2 is satisfying, right? It is always true. So only 2 will be always true. Okay. So let's do this another question. Get 2017. Consider the following sentences. All benches are bed. No bed is a bulb. Some bulbs are lamps. So all benches are bed. Again, is it something logically true? No, I don't care. All benches are bed. So whatever bench I have, that should be inside bed. No bed is a bulb. So there is no relationship between bed and a bulb. This much I know. So if no bed is bulb, can I comment about the relationship between bench and bulb? Yes, I can. If all bench are bed, so bench means automatically bed, and I know no bed is bulb, so no bench will also be bulb. So this also I can explicitly comment that this also will have no common region. Okay, they will always have uncommon region. So this I can comment, right? Because all benches are bed. Yeah, this much I can comment. No bed is a bulb. Some bulbs are lamp. Some bulbs are lamp. Okay, some bulbs are lamp. Okay, so if some bulbs are lamp, that means that, like, but is there any relationship between bench and lamp or bed and lamp? No, there is no direct relationship between bench and lamp or bed and lamp. I can only comment these two relationships and this relationship. So which of the following can be inferred? Some beds are lamp. Some beds are lamp. This can be true. They can have a common region. They cannot have a common region. So I can't say. Some lamps are bed. Some lamps are bed. Again, I cannot comment. Okay, they can be true. They cannot be true. So this will be neither one or true, because none of them I can say surely. Okay, I cannot comment. But if one of them follows, the other one will also follow. Okay, let's do the last question of today's lecture. Basically, this one. Some roses are red. So some roses are red. So this is rose. Okay, and this is my red. All red flowers fade quickly. So all of the red flowers will fade quickly. So this is my fade. Okay, and all of the red flower will fade quickly. All roses fade quickly. Now they're telling me all roses also fade quickly. Some roses fade quickly. So there has to be some common region between rose and fade. Anyways, I knew this because there were some roses are red, and as all red flowers faded quickly, there was common region already. So this statement is like irrelevant, because I can already deduce from these two statements that there will be some roses that will fade quickly. Okay, I can already deduce. Okay, so these two statements are actually the conclusion of this particular, these two statements are conclusion of this, right? So we'll read the question, then we'll understand which of the following statements can be logically inferred from the above statement. Okay, so out of the, which can be used as a statement and which can be used as a conclusion, that is what they're asking. If 1 is true, 2 is false, then 3 is false. So I've assumed everything to be true for now. I've assumed everything to be true. So if 1 is true, 2 is false, then 3 is false. 1 is true means some roses are red. All red flowers fade quickly. This is false. So in the option A, they are telling me option 1 is correct. Rose and red, that is correct. But they're telling me all red flowers fade quickly. This is lie. This is not correct. So not all of them will fade quickly. So I will draw it something like this. Fade. Now, is this a correct conclusion? Some roses fade quickly. Can I directly comment about this? No. Now I don't have a direct relationship between roses and fade, because this is a possible diagram, right? And here it is telling no, but I have another diagram which will be like this. So that is common. So one is still telling true, one diagram is telling true according to the conclusion, another is telling false. So I cannot comment, I cannot say. So this cannot be logically inferred. Let's do the option B. If this is true, this is telling it is false. I cannot say like this will be also can't say. False means it is telling me whether the conclusion is definitely false, or true means whether the conclusion is definitely true. I cannot comment. It can be true, it can be false. I cannot say. So I am at the edge. So these two options are automatically eliminated, automatically gone. So that's how easy it is. Now let's do it for the third option, that is 1 and 2 are true. So if 1 and 2 are true, the diagram will be something like this. If 1 is true and 2 is true, then 3 will be true. Yes, 3 will be true, because all red will fade away quickly, and I know there is a common region between red and rose. I know all red are fade. So this is also fade. So there has to be some common region between fade away and roses. So this statement is the conclusion of the above two statements. So obviously option C is definitely true. It is definitely true. Okay. What about this? If 1 is false and 2 is false, then 3 is also false. So how do I do this? Some roses are red. So how do I say that? How do I false this statement? No roses are red. Some are red. No roses are red. So no roses are red means my rose is here, my red is here, and I know this is also false, right? All red flowers fade quickly. No red flowers fade quickly, right? no red flowers fade quickly, or some red flowers fade quickly, right? I can comment some red flowers fade quickly. So just making the first statement, some red flowers fade quickly. So again, there is no direct relationship between this, or this also is something I don't know, because this is a possible case, this also is a possible case, all are separate. Okay, so again I will say can't say. I cannot comment that 3 will also be false. I can't comment. Some roses can fade, they can have a relationship, they cannot have a relationship, they can have a common region, they cannot have a common region. I cannot comment, so can't say. So only option 3 will be correct out of this. So mainly in syllogism and in aptitude, generally what you have to do is generally eliminate the options. So I hope the PYQs are very simple, okay, and the statements, the questions, logically thinking, that part has been cleared by you. Okay, that one was the most important portion that I wanted to explain here. So I hope you enjoyed the syllogism. If you have, please do let me know in the comments if you have reached till the end, and if you have enjoyed the video, because it took me a lot of work to like record all this and like arrange everything in proper format to make you understand all the concepts of syllogism. Okay, so yeah, that's it from my end. I hope you enjoyed this video. Until then, I will see you in the next lecture, and I hope you crack your examination with the best marks. Thank you for watching and happy learning.